AMD. Yeah. So, I'm retired. Sold everything. I'm retired and sold everything. No, this is completely unrelated to the stock market, by the way. I was gonna try to do something out here, but it's pretty nice, right? It's a little windy though. I'm gonna go inside. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. As Donald would say, the Gulf of America. We're fucking back. All right, boys. Listen, quick little check-in. I'm in my hotel. All right, quick little hotel tour. There you go. Pretty nice, right? Normal hotel, I guess, right? Anyways, AMD. All right, everything. Okay, let's stop talking about AMD. All right, I got time. I gotta go grab dinner. I'm starving, but I want to talk for a little bit. Let me set my phone up and let's get into it. Listen. Okay, AMD is a $2,000 stock long term. Okay, $2,000 stock long term. But that doesn't mean we're not a little overvalued right now. Okay, this motherfucker needs to chill. Okay. Now, I am not upset that it's running. I mean, kind of I am. Actually, I think I just lied right there, actually. I'm a little upset that it's running because I kind of wanted a little more time to accumulate more shares before it went on a run. And now it's kind of like the bar is so high that even if AMD crashes, it's not going to even get back to an attractive price. Like, you'll never see AMD under $200 again. I doubt it. If you see AMD under $200, I'd be shocked. And that's a 70% drop in AMD. So, I mean, if it was 150, I'd fucking go crazy, right? I'd buy the hell out of it. But, like, I knew this was going to happen. You know, back in 2024 with the tariffs, like, I knew that this was going to happen, but I also thought that ELF was going to run. ELF did run, honestly. ELF went up 300%, but I didn't sell anything. Now it's back to where it was. But Celsius ran. I didn't sell anything. So I do believe in those stocks long term. But I think about this AMD run, and it's like, is this the same as the ELF and the Celsius thing where they went to 120 a share from their bottoms, and then now they're back down to their bottoms again, and it's like, oh, I struggle with this decision every day. Like, do I take profit? Do I take some profit? Do I try to get cute with it, skip some red candles, sell up here, buy back again, 350, something like that? I don't know. I'm just keeping what I got right now in all my accounts. So all of my accounts, I have not sold a single share. But we'll see what happens. So as for the other stuff in the portfolio, so Tesla, super, super bullish on Tesla over the next 10 years. As always, I think Tesla's on its way to being probably the most valuable company in the world over the next 10 years. I think they're going to merge with SpaceX, and they're going to become, $25 trillion company over the next 10, 15, 20 years with the SpaceX merger. I mean, it's kind of like my thesis on AMD. It's like AMD doesn't need to beat NVIDIA. It's just the future. So what else is there to invest in as a young person, right? Like, why are we bet on the future? So bet on chips, right? Chips aren't going anywhere. They're just going to get better and better over the next 10 to 20 years. So there's your fucking stock for the next 10 to 20 years, right? Chips, quantum, energy, right? Obviously. But think bigger too. Like, what's next? What's next for the species? I know it sounds like fucking philosophical, but what's next for the humankind, right? What's next for us? What's our next advancement, right? We had the internet, right? We had the fucking, and we have AI, right? We have the railroad. You have big milestones, and the milestones are getting shorter and shorter as time goes on because of technology, and it's exponential. You went from railroad to fucking internet. It took, 200 years or some shit. And then internet to AI was 20 years to AI to be really good. And then now AI into the next layer, which could be robotics in space, right? That's probably not going to take 22 years after AI. That's probably going to take way less, 5 to 10 years, I would say. I think we're going to start to see something in the next 2 to 3 years. So that's kind of where I'm looking to. I'm looking to that next. I'm not touching my ELF, my Celsius. I'm not touching my PayPal, my Nike. I'm down on my PayPal and Nike, probably 20% on each one. I don't care. Our thesis is intact. Strong companies, strong balance sheets. I'm not worried about those stocks. ELF, I am super bullish on ELF. I've been selling $50 puts. I'm collecting free money as ELF sits here and does nothing. Celsius is probably my least highest conviction out of all of them now because of the Costco drink. So I understand that Coke, like Coca-Cola has knockoff store brands and everyone still buys Coca-Cola, right? There's always going to be diehard fans, but Costco wasn't what it was back when Coca-Cola was starting out. Celsius doesn't have the same brand as Coca-Cola, right? So it does worry me a little bit. I mean, I know Costco only accounts for like 10% of grocery sales, so, okay, Celsius loses those people. Maybe they don't lose all the people in Costco. Maybe they lose half. Celsius really isn't impacted at all. The thing that worries me is like it gets further. Costco, maybe the Kirkland brand expands, or maybe Walmart fucking does the same thing that Kirkland did to Celsius, right? Like maybe Celsius starts to get like flattened, right? These big retailers start to kind of streamline and vertically integrate, and they cut out the middleman, which would be like the name brands, right? Celsius, the ELF, ELF would be a lot harder to do, but Celsius is just a drink. Okay, it's not hard to fucking replicate. You buy a drink of Celsius, you can replicate it in a lab, and you can copy the formula 1-to-1. I don't think there's a patent on that. Maybe there is, but they probably slightly altered it. But what I'm trying to get at is, I've never been more bullish on the stock market, even at these highs. I'm not buying index funds right now. I am buying a house, so kind of stopped the automatic investing, trying to pile up some more cash, kind of pivoting into that. Big thing I'm struggling with right now is the opportunity costs that I'm going to have to eat because of the house. It's interesting when you get into a serious relationship and like everything starts to change, your priorities, and like on paper things don't make sense, but like it does make sense. You know what I mean? Like if you're like a robot, like, oh, you would never buy a house, like you would rent like a fucking studio apartment, right, and invest the difference. But certain things, there's a bit more to it than just the math. So, but to be specific, right, something I'm really struggling with is like, the housing market is just so absolutely cooked, man. It is cooked. And it's like, we kind of just have to buy a house. Like, we can't wait any longer. Like, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and the market's not doing anything. And this is the exact moment that the real estate market does crash, just because I'm going to buy in. And then it's me FOMOing into the real estate market, for lack of a better word, right? And then the second I FOMO into the real estate market, it's going to crash. Just like how y'all motherfuckers want to FOMO into SanDisk and Micron, right? The second you buy it and you're like, all right, Micron's $2,000 a share, it's going to $3,000, it's undervalued, it's going to crash, right? Whenever you think about buying a stock that's on an absolute ripper rally, take note of it, and it's probably the top, okay? That's me with housing. Okay, my housing has just been, because the thing that you have to realize is when you buy a house, you're putting money down, a lot of money down usually, right? Probably, I mean, in my case, I'm putting 20% down because I don't want to pay PMI, and also I want to keep the monthly payment in a manageable range because I'm on Long Island, and houses where I live I'm probably going to end up paying over $500,000 for a 2-bedroom house. Like, it's nauseating to think about. And then my property taxes are going to be $1,000 a month. So my all-in mortgage payments can probably be $3,500 a month, which is insane. $3,500 a month is insane. That's a lot of fucking money. That's a ton of money. That's a little less than what I was investing into the stock market automatically every month. Like, that's pretty insane. Like, that's a big mindset adjustment to go from having all of that free cash flow to pump into stock to now putting all of it into a mortgage. And I mean, the portfolio I've built up over the years, like, I mean, I'm set, I'm in a very good spot, and it's probably good to diversify, because I am 100% equities. I don't have any real estate. So on paper, I guess technically I'm diversifying, and that's probably good. But my theory, you know, it's like if the stock market crashes, so is real estate. Like, let's be honest. But, you know, thinking back to 2022, though, real estate really didn't crash and the stock market fucking crashed. That shit was down like 45% from the highs. So, I mean, who knows? All I know is the only way, and it'd be funny to look back on this video, but the only way that I could really fuck up my life and like the financial path I've put myself on with all my sacrifices and hard work is if I buy a house, the real estate market crashes, I lose my job, I have to sell my stock to pay for my mortgage. Oh, if I look back on this fucking video in 10 years and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be so pissed. Because my job's very cyclical. I have a very cyclical job. It's tied to the economy very intensely. So I'm paid really well. And when the economy's doing good, everything's good. Everyone's dancing around. But the second the economy stops doing good, I'm gone. You know, I'm gone. I'm very, very aware of the fact. I'm not blinded and I'm not offended by it either, because I'm in an industry that pays you incredibly well, and they take very good care of you when things are good. And when things are not so good, then you get laid off and you're just a cog in the machine. And if that pisses you off or if that upsets you, then just go fucking move to fucking Zimbabwe or something, bro. Like, this is just how the world is in the first world. Like, you're just gonna be expendable in some capacity, either as a husband, as an employee, as a father, as a mother, whatever. You're always gonna be expendable. I'm sorry. Maybe it's a not narcissist, but like a depressing outlook and like a very negative way to look at things. But everything is like contingent, right? Like, your employment's contingent on you making the company money. Your relationship's contingent on you not being a deadbeat. You know what I mean? Like, you being a father is contingent on your kids liking you because of you being there for them and you having a job and being able to pay for fucking food. Like, the second you stop paying for food and you have no money, your kids are going to be pissed. Like, you know, it's not like, you know, it is what it is. Every type of person's love is conditional. Love or employment or however you want to say it. So don't make it weird, okay? Just don't use that as an excuse to sit at home all day and not get a job. And like, the reason I even say all that is because like I just remember all the people, I mean our age, my age especially, like mid to late 20s, they just use that as such a cope, like an excuse, like, oh yeah, I'm not working, dude. Like, I'm not working, bro. Like, I'm not gonna be a cog in the machine, bro. Like, I'm not gonna be an employed. I'm not gonna be a little, like, you know, they say those you know, the words like, oh my God, job's a slur. It's like, dude, grow the fuck up, man. Like, oh my God. It's just sad. I just feel bad for people like that. They're going to look back on their life in like 10 years and going to be like, fuck, I should have started earlier. I don't know. Like, AI collapsed the world. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it will. I think it'll create more jobs and it'll take a lot of jobs away. And I think it's going to be a very exciting future. But I guess the takeaway from this whole video, guys, is I haven't sold anything. I did sell my Whirlpool. I bought Whirlpool. I sold it for like 2% gain. I don't know. And then I bought Viva Systems. I bought calls on that. I made like 10%. I sold them because I needed money to buy something else. I'm rolling cover calls in AMD, so I needed capital for that. So I sold out of those positions because like they were barely up, and I got pretty lucky on Viva Systems because I bought calls and then it got added to the S&P 500 and it went up 10%. So I just took my profit. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, if it goes in a run, it goes in a run. I'd rather be in AMD with more capital. So, JD.com earnings soon. We'll see what happens with that one. I'm really looking to get out of that one soon. It depends on this earnings. We'll see how this earnings goes. Honest had earnings today. Their stock went down. Fubo had earnings today. Their stock went down. I didn't have any time to look into it. Probably a nothing burger as always. I mean, it is what it is. It's just those stocks get killed on earnings always. What else? I think that's it. I mean, I don't have anything else really to say. MRAM. wow, what a fucking run MRAM has been on. So if you're not in my Discord, I called out, I was buying MRAM. I didn't call out for anyone to copy me, but I bought it at, I think it was like $9. And it went up to like all the way up to like $27 or some shit, $25 the other day. I'm super bullish on MRAM. If you want to know why and all that, join my Discord. I'll give you roles. Just message me if you want them. And there's a channel that's hidden and in my Discord, and it tells you kind of what I'm buying and why. The next theme, like I said at the start of the video, I'm really betting on space. I'm betting on quantum. I'm betting on nuclear. I like X Energy. I like them a lot. They have a really good gas-powered nuclear turbine. And it's a small modular reactor, and it Amazon backing them, and they got some really, really good write-ups. And then also I like quantum. I just don't know the best way to get exposure to a good quantum computing stock, because logic points to the AI learning, the inference and all that to go quantum eventually. I mean, and if someone disagrees, please, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thesis, but my understanding, like, they're already pivoting away from copper, okay? Like, copper's not even being used anymore. They're using a fancy glass now. NVIDIA just bought a shitload of stock in some company. But, like, the trend is, like, it's getting smaller and smaller. Like, we went from 11 nanometer back when we all played Rust or whatever, and, like, 2013, we have the 6700K. It was like the best processor ever. It was built on like 11 nanometer architecture. Now we're all the way down to like 5 nanometer. And now the highest end AI stuff is 3 nanometer. But now they're building a 2 nanometer facility in a 2 nanometer transistor facility in America with the terafab, and they already have it in Taiwan. What's after 2 nanometer? 1? Okay, negative. Like, where are we going after this? It's going to get to a point where we cannot get smaller on the transistors, and we have to change the framework of the chip as a whole. When is that going to be? I have no fucking idea, okay? But I am so bullish on quantum over the next 20 to 30 years. I just don't know the best way to get exposure to it. All of the quantum stocks I've looked at are just fucking scams right now. They're all scams. Like, IonQ's literally been burning money for like 5 years nonstop. I mean, so that's the risk, is you're going to be buying a complete dead money piece of shit until something happens, because something is going to happen, and when that happens, it's too late. That is the thing with quantum, is it's going to be like, there's going to be some big fucking thing that happens, and you're going to have a 200% gap up in these stocks, maybe even more, and it's going to be like they cured cancer, like, because all it takes is one quantum breakthrough, and then everyone's going to start running the numbers like, oh my God, if you mine Bitcoin with quantum, you're going to be able to make 10 trillion Bitcoin a minute. Or if you fucking train AI on quantum, you're going to get GPT-48 in 6 minutes, right? Like, and it's going to get exponential, and it's going to be freaky at how crazy things go. So just keep that in mind over the next couple years. And yeah, that's it, boys. I'm going to get some dinner. I'm starving, and then I gotta drive 4 hours tomorrow, and then 4 hours back. All right, well, anyways, I'm going to get dinner. I'll see you guys later. It's a pleasure chatting. Peace out.